Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Leo. Finally, this is like take number 4. I tried really hard to get this out for you guys last night, but the technology just wasn't working with me, so my apologies on that. The first two cards we have out from the Hidden Truth Oracle are I'm afraid to contact you, and I knew exactly what I was doing. So there's a sense that we have an individual that has wronged you, or perhaps you're this person, but there's a no contact current status that is difficult to address because this person knows they owe you a big apology. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of enchantment. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I think we'll continue with the situations deck. I just bought a really cute cat house for my cats, and I wish it was getting here tomorrow because I can't wait to see their adorable little faces like, oh, this is my house now. Haha, you can't come in here. All right. Speaking of, we have offer on the table. I feel like I heard like sweeten the deal. I'm looking at these drinks. They're very festive. And I just noticed they have rock candy on them, and that's actually one of my favorite things. Um, it's like somebody is trying to pick out a bouquet of your favorite flowers or bring you your favorite liquor, or I mean, because now we have negotiator, bargaining, begging. So, Leo, we have somebody that knows they're in the doghouse. They've done something not very cool, and they know you know all about it. And they have to figure out a way to not just express that they're sorry, but also make it up to you somehow. This is like, this is making me think of college when I had a friend use my car while I was out of town, like maybe a week or so, week and a half. In fact, I think I was here when I was gone, and she crashed it while I was not there, of course, and I just had a sinking feeling like something's happened, and she doesn't wanna tell me about it, and I feel like that's what you're going through, Leo. We have maybe some physical distance between you and this person. Maybe one of you have, moved out. Maybe you're just moving on in, the more spiritual sense. But there's a feeling here that somebody owes you an apology and probably also owes you something in a financial sense. There may have been some new information that came to light recently that made it explicitly clear what had happened in the situation. If you were not in a relationship with this person or some sort of business agreement, then there's some other legal component here with irreconcilable differences coming out, such as a lease that you don't want to renew, or you removed someone from the lease. But somebody previously was taking somebody's word for it, and now they feel like they need receipts. With journal in the reverse, it's like, yeah, no, I let you do what I thought I could trust you to do, and I could not trust you. So now we have to have everything written down kind of feeling. All right. I think we need some kipper, and then we'll get into the tarot. I know, I'm making you wait for it. It's called Wicked Wands Tarot, Carmen. We have Mature Man in the reverse. toil and labor in the reverse, and house. You guys, this is crazy. This card in the Kipper. Hello, should I call you Miss McCoy? Can I call you the real McCoy? Can you tell I'm old? We have the house clarifying the moving out card. I mean, there's definitely a difference here in terms of what the actual house looks like. So maybe we've got somebody upgrading here. But this house card in the Kipper literally means somebody who's moving to a different location. So I feel like one or both of these individuals involved in this reading have had to change where they live. And I feel like a large part of what motivated this move is because somebody was being foolish or immature and thought that they could get something without putting the work in. So this comes across as thievery. So we may yet see the thief card come out. We may also see the change card come out because that denotes somebody moving more of like an apartment style move than a house style move. We have official person, concern, and courtship. Somebody may be getting a promotion or may have gotten some sort of upgrade in terms of maybe they started working more on the private sector versus public, and that resulted in some great increase in terms of what they could make doing the same thing. That's awesome. um, but we have somebody here who is nobody's fool. Somebody who's intelligent and recognized as such by a community or a perhaps like an organization or a family. This is somebody, this is like the King of Pentacles, right? Somebody who has made something of themselves and people know about it. But there was perhaps some sort of information that came to light regarding an improper relationship. If this is a business reading for you, this would be like somebody selling proprietary information, or shit, who's that guy that's getting caught for like a Bernie Madoff like scheme? I think his initials are SDF, but he's in a world of hurt right now because he tried to do something under the table and got caught. And that's what happened here. Somebody tried to do something sneaky regarding finances and they got caught. Now, for some of you, this courtship is an actual additional relationship. Somebody may have been in a relationship because they thought they could get money from somebody and they were really plotting to run away and be with somebody else. For others of you, a courtship had provided some sort of external influence whereby somebody decided to do something like, steal from you. You guys, I fucking called this. I've only taken 7 cards from this deck. All right, so we've got 2 people moving, right? They might have lived together, they might have worked together, they might have been in a relationship, but they can't be together anymore. And I feel like one of them thought they would get away with whatever thievery they'd done, and they would be able to somehow, elevate themselves socially climb, if you will. And what ended up happening is they got caught for whatever this was, this plan that they had. And now they're actually downgrading. Now they're going to a smaller place, or now they're, couch surfing. We're going to use the Meta Muse to continue. It's Friday, Junior. Do you guys have good plans for the weekend? King of Cups. This could be somebody who was overly emotional, somebody who, with the peacock in the background, really like to demonstrate how amazing they are, right? Like a show off, somebody who likes to tell stories about how great they are, the kind of person that doesn't know how to ask how you are when you ask them how they're doing. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this could be a masculine energy that was kind of the life of the party, but in a selfish way, right? It's not like you're the life of the party because people really enjoy your energy all the time and want to be around you. It's more like, what is he going to do this time? Like, I hesitate to tell this story. I don't know if I'm going to piss anyone off. Um, a long time ago, I'm not going to tell where I was. A long time ago, I was at a party and knew it was time to leave when someone who was so drunk decided they didn't need to actually visit the restroom for number 2. In the dining room, you guys. Like, there's something like that. Like, I haven't thought of that situation, or should we say situation, for a really long time, but this is somebody who was, like, balls to the wall extreme, a little bit of, like, trust fund baby vibe, right? Like, entitlement with a capital E. And they thought that they had found somebody that they could kind of latch onto and use. They didn't want to do any of the work. Maybe they didn't want to actually work for money. Maybe they didn't have to. But whatever it was, they brought instability with them wherever they went. This is somebody that would have a tendency to leave a horrible mess wherever they go. Somebody who would maybe have addiction problems or temper problems, wildly emotional and excited one second, and then threatening to hurt you the next. Just a wild tornado type of person. We have Strength in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. This is not a good combo. All right, so for some of you, you may have seen the movie The Darwin Awards. And if you have, we could probably be friends because it's a weird kind of, I don't know, obscure flick, right? And I think it's Joseph Fiennes, however you say his last name. He basically is an insurance adjuster and he has to do the investigation on these people that have had kind of suspicious but accidental deaths to determine if it is sheer dumbassery. Lack of strength, lack of intelligence. What do we have? Immature man. This is like a man child. Sorry, I'm getting all judgy, you guys. But this is bad shit, right? Somebody ran into a serious, like, respectable person, and they were in this I make all of the dumb choices that I can energy. The Darwin Awards is like the scene that's coming to my mind is somebody that is trying to get whatever chocolate or like, yeah, I think it was chocolate candy bar that they bought from the vending machine, but it's not been released, right? It's just hanging there by the little coil. And so the guy kind of, tries to get it himself, ends up pulling the whole vending machine down on top of him. So that's the scene that I have in my mind. This person brought the vending machine down on themselves. So I feel like they felt entitled to something, didn't realize how stupid it was for them to be doing what they were, and it ended up exposing their immature, foolish tendencies. And now they are really having to pay the piper on this. So this might have been something they got away with for a long time, perhaps because they were well off or protected in some manner. Perhaps this official person is a family member that was able to, previously helped this man child avoid, consequences. We have Five of Cups in the reverse, but somebody overstayed their welcome, overestimated their power, underestimated their foolishness, and now there's consequences, loss. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. One person has found peace by moving away from this situation, and another person has lost a lot because they are this person, because they didn't, decide to be a better person. This masculine energy could be a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. We also have, we have representation from pretty much every part here. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Magician. Somebody was trying to take advantage of a partnership or a small community, possibly a family. Someone felt, I'm viewing this infinity symbol above his head, kind of in a narcissistic way, like, I can keep doing this forever. No one's ever going to stop me. I've got protection. This feels like somebody who felt like their family ties would allow them to continue acting foolishly with no consequences. This could be a well-off mother or wife, because I feel like, I've never looked at it this way. I feel like somebody has an attachment, a family tie. Hey, Christina, I hope you're doing well. Some sort of reliable feminine energy in their life that they feel like they can claim. This guy has like kind of a half-assed red dress. I feel like he's trying to claim ownership or ties. Like, yeah, but you can't do that because like my mom's a district attorney or some shit. She's a judge. Something like that. And it's not holding water anymore. It's not going to work. That's so funny. I said holding water. I never really say that, you guys. But we have Temperance. And what are they trying to do? In this picture, they're trying to transfer water. This is Temperance in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse. I feel like this came out a little bit sideways. So there's a sense that maybe this Queen of Pentacles, motherly figure or wifely figure, tried to help, but was not able to. Like, I'm sorry, like all of my favors have been tapped. I don't have the ability to get you out of this situation. And what does the Chariot represent? It can be law enforcement. This could literally be legal consequences for somebody who felt entitled or assured that they would not have any consequences. It's like, no, I'm fine. I'm not going to have any issues with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This person found out rather quickly that now they are in shit soup. They're not going to be able to walk away from this as easily as they thought they would. Wow, you guys, there's so many duplicates here now. Ten of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Wands in the reverse, just like Temperance, right? Somebody overestimated their ability to carry something out. This is not something they had bigger eyes than stomach, right? They couldn't finish that big steak. This feels like legal consequences for somebody who did something that they knew better. We have the World. This is somebody being stopped in their tracks, somebody who thought that they could get away with pretty much anything, being told, no, you're going to have to sit down and learn your lesson now. Ten of Cups in the reverse. This has caused family strife or stress and likely pushed someone out of a living situation. Like you are no longer welcome here, kind of thing. This could also be somebody's not allowed to have somebody at their place anymore because it could taint their reputation. So we have the Sun and the Three of Wands. I feel like, especially for this Queen of Pentacles energy, there was some pretty shocking information that came to light in terms of somebody's guilt. There may have been a fall person, somebody that this spoiled man-child wanted to say had actually been responsible for whatever mishap, but it was very obvious who had actually committed the crime. I'm viewing this Ace of Wands as almost like an Ace of Swords because somebody put in the work with this Eight of Pentacles and figured out where the root cause was. So this Ace of Wands is almost like, I don't know why, I kind of view it as like somebody who's really ambitious or just starting out as maybe like an investigator or a detective, really going the extra mile to figure out that this situation was the King of Cups. There may have been somebody that if you had just like not wanted to deal with the paperwork, you would have been like, oh yeah, totally this dude, whatever. We'll assume that this rich, immature dude is telling the truth, right? But somebody was like, I don't think so. Hello, Simi. Welcome. All right, what else do we need to know about this King of Cups, please? So we have Leo showing up here with the Strength and the Upright. So I'm also seeing now that we have Seven of Cups, Page of Wands, Strength. With the Strength card in the reverse, I feel like somebody thought that they would be able to get away with whatever they did because they had partnered with somebody that maybe had a checkered past, maybe somebody that would have less, what's the word? Like familial ties, less influence. And I feel like that's our Leo here. You or your person. And so they concocted some story to create an illusion with the Seven of Cups. Oh yeah, no, I know it probably looks like it was me, but if you take a closer look, it was Leo. But they underestimated you. They thought you were weak, and you are not. And whoever it was that did a little bit of investigating here, or rather did justice to the investigation, found out that there was information that had been manipulated or fabricated. Justice in the reverse. There was a lie. Tell me about the Magician, please. We have the Two of Swords in the reverse. Three of Pentacles. Devil in the reverse. Six of Swords in the reverse. This to me says somebody who wanted to control the narrative. It's been determined that it was actually their operation. So this Three of Pentacles is like literally, here, I'll hold up the bigger one, a card of investigation, because you can see this person has a flashlight that they're shining on the other two individuals. This is a collaboration that somebody needed to dig up information on. And with the Three of Pentacles coming out again with the Two of Swords, someone has figured out exactly who was doing this bullshit. And with the Devil in the reverse and the Six of Swords, it's like, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Like, there's a sense of, "You mother trucker, you thought you could fool me, but I can see through you." And finding out somebody had lied and shutting down all hopes that that person had that they were gonna be able to get off scot-free. Six of Swords in the reverse. No, no, you're actually gonna end up in jail. You're actually gonna end up, kicked out. We have the World in the reverse and Temperance. Wow, what a change, you guys. So over here we have the World in the upright and Temperance in the reverse twice. This is like somebody wanted to take something that wasn't theirs. They didn't work for it. They thought they could get away with it. And they maybe even made a bribe here with this sweetening the pot, right? And somebody thought, my name or influence will get me by. I won't have to actually deal with the consequences here. Temperance in the reverse. No, weakness. Mm-mm. Somebody here had true intent in the law enforcement agency or whoever was doing the investigation. Somebody was willing to put in the extra work. They found out that two people, this person who was immature and somebody probably a feminine who wanted to protect them, they both tried to prevent justice and they both have been figured out. We've got Temperance in the upright to say, no, no, no. Now we know what actually happened, and all of your words are only incriminating you further. You better shut up. Like, you want to keep lying to me when I have the evidence right here? Because it's not going to go well for you. World in the reverse. This won't be going any further. It's almost like somebody is realizing the tip of the iceberg. You've gotten away with this. I'm going to start looking at what else you've been doing. Have you been able to pin other crimes on other people? I'm going to look and see what you've done, kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Maria. There's a complete fabrication here. Somebody trying to say one person was guilty when they were absolutely the offender. We have Ten of Swords in the reverse. This is like a betrayal with a capital B, like somebody who had already hurt or betrayed you, trying to then blame you for the fallout. But with the Five of Wands in the reverse, they didn't expect there to be, I guess, like almost like they didn't expect you to speak up for yourself. They didn't expect someone to fight for you, whoever this investigator is. They didn't expect things to go in your favor. Tower in the reverse. This is like now they see they couldn't, they shouldn't have done that. Now they get a different perspective on their own ability to get through stuff like this. Like they're not as invincible as they thought. But also, the tower in the reverse can be somebody who is trying really hard to avoid some sort of consequence, doing whatever they could to, get out of this guilty charge or whatever, making the situation worse and having that same loss, but magnified. Okay, so now you've lost the money that you stole, but you're also losing your home, or you're also losing the respect of people in your family for what you've done. Something like that. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles, please. We have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Wow. So there's definitely a chance we're talking about somebody that's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or this is somebody who is, I want to use the word mercurial. You can't really get a hold of them. I'm thinking about the fact that like I tell people that cats are liquid because if I try to corner Hambone in particular, he's a slippery mother trucker. He can get into any space he wants to try to avoid being captured, right? And I feel like that's who this person was. They may have had a reputation for being a bit of a heartthrob. They may have been able to kind of worm their way out of certain things because they were attractive or in some ways desirable as a partner. And I say in some ways because this is clearly not somebody you'd want to be in a relationship with. This is somebody who's selfish and a trickster. But with the Queen of Cups, I should show it to you with both of them. With the Queen of Cups, they felt like they could make an offer or do something against somebody who's very loved or generous, somebody who has a kind of softer personality, and that they would be able to get away with it. So this Queen of Cups could be the person that they stole from. But I think more so, don't focus on the gender. I think more so this is somebody thinking they could take advantage of a kind soul. Somebody who didn't come across as, you know, someone you shouldn't fuck with. I'm just going to go ahead and say, a lot of people don't do their homework on that. And that's why they get caught, right? So with the Ace of Swords and Ten of Pentacles, it feels to me like somebody didn't cover their tracks in terms of some sort of financial expenditure or some sort of evidence that came out through tangible assets. So if someone was trying to say, oh, I didn't do that or I didn't take that, but then they also bought like a brand new car all cash, it's like, yeah, so you have OnlyFans or how do you explain that? Love to see that side. I'm sure it's great. Tell me about the Ten of Cups in the reverse. We have the Hanged Man. Somebody has taken a loss in terms of their reputation, particularly with family members, perhaps family members that would have provided protection for them. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse, somebody's getting the coldest shoulder. It's like, no, man, you shot the bed and we're not going down with you. Like, you're on your own now. You went too far. We have the Emperor, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords. This is like a decision has been made. What you tried to hide has come out, and now with the Knight of Swords, it's almost like justice. We already have justice out, so we couldn't have that come out, right? It's like these three are saying, no, no, no. Somebody official knows the truth. They have figured out what somebody was trying to hide, and now the sword of justice cometh. It's going to take you out, man. There's an ending here that is very just, and it may have felt like it took a very long time because I feel like with Journal in the reverse, there was information that was hidden or falsified that kind of made it tricky to come to the right decision here. I feel like we need a couple of cards from the Zodiac fortune telling, and then we'll call it a day, Leo. You are too good for your own good. Oh, Leo. You have a heart of gold, and somebody tried to take advantage of you, but you were protected. Don't let somebody trying to hurt you alter who you are. Keep that heart of gold, okay? Because that's what saved you. And you are meant for other things, right? Like better things. So stay focused. Oh, exactly. So this feels like this, I think I said this to you in a previous reading, Leo, like maybe a month ago or so. This feels like somebody was tested. Somebody, you, Leo, with a big heart and great ideas, partnered with somebody that I think at the end of the day you knew you shouldn't have. Maybe it was just a little too convenient. Maybe it was somebody you knew from, your childhood and you figured you'd give them a chance. This was a test. This was a warning. You are meant to do big things. You have great ideas. You're going to be successful or famous. Successful if your ideas are undertaken. But you had to be taught not to trust anybody. Not like Nobody, right? But you can't just trust because you want to. You need to do your own investigation. When you are given another opportunity, and I hope you get that very soon, you are going to look at it with different eyes. You're going to be much more methodical. And I think I'll share with you one of the most useful business tips that I got from my favorite manager, Jason. We were interviewing, and I'm a people person. I don't know if you figured that out. I might be a little snarky or bitchy sometimes, but I love people and I want them to be happy. And he told me before we were interviewing people, I know what your issue is going to be, Carmen. You're going to want to hire everyone. I want you to hire and interview them with, I'm not hiring you. Prove me wrong. Look for the reasons why you wouldn't hire them. That's what you need to do going forward. You can't assume everyone is a good partner. You can't assume everyone is worth dating. You can't assume everyone is worth telling your ideas to. This is going to create somebody who is a stronger person with their finances, with their love choices, with their business, whatever it is. You've learned a lesson and you've been protected because you were meant to do something amazing. One more, please, for you. You should use your own brains more. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for, Leo. So stop feeling like you need to farm everything out, okay? You've got the noggin you need to achieve whatever it is you're destined to achieve. And I feel like this ordeal has set you up to be even more successful than you thought because you're going to be that much more astute and you'll have that maybe business acumen that you didn't have going into it because you've learned from the situation what not to do, right? So I hope this was helpful. I'm sending you a giant hug, and I'm sorry that you went through this, but I do believe it's made you a stronger version of yourself, and you're meant for big things. So I hope you enjoyed the reading and that you have a wonderful rest of your day.